What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the third episode of the Winging It Waterfowl podcast. So I'm Troy, and with me again, as usual, is Blake. And then today we have a special treat. Our hunting buddy from our little group is Addison Hawkins is on today. So you want to kind of
Hello.
go ahead and introduce yourself, kind of tell everyone who you are, Addison?
Madison, been waterfowling for a little while, and unfortunately, a friend of these two.
So you and me have just known each other since, I guess, last year.
Yes, sir.
So we went to the
Yes,
draw
sir.
hunt together last year. So kind of give us your rundown of how you got into waterfowl, how long you've been doing it, kind of what you do in it.
Man, I had some buddies that were going out, and they invited me, and I went, and I had a dog that was trained. This is the first time I've ever been waterfowling. I had a dog that was trained that I didn't really know how to work him, and these guys kind of kicked me out of their little group mid hunt because of my dog. And I met up with another one of my buddies from high school that I saw at the in the refuge line, and we hunted, and him and I hunted hard for the past 4 or 5 years now, and it's been game on ever since.
Yeah. And you hunt, do you hunt right there around where you're at, or you do a lot of coast hunting too, right?
Coastal, yeah, Texas coast, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep,
So what's the
the
what's
that
kind of the major
nasty
difference between all
marshy.
that? What's kind of the
How do you figure?
major difference between your coastal hunting and kind of the puddle hunting? Can
Hang
you hear
on,
me
you
now?
cut out. What'd you say? Yeah, there you
Uh,
go. The major difference between what?
like your coastal hunting versus like inland, like lakes, marsh, rivers hunting.
Uh, Mid coast is a different animal. You got just getting there. You got barges, you got sandbars, you got nasty water, you got a bunch of other people. It's harder on your dog. You got all kind of bacteria in the water. You got oysters, you got crab traps. You got tides that'll run out on you and stick your boat. But the juice is worth the squeeze, in my opinion, because when you're on the X, you're on the X on the coast, and it's unstoppable. The birds, it's crazy.
Is it the same kind of birds? They just kind of get in their final, down there to the Gulf, or do you see anything else out in the
No,
Gulf that you don't see inland?
you know, I've only in all my years of hunting salt, I've only seen one greenhead. Uh, I shoot a lot of teal, pintail, redheads, occasional cans, Weegian, just your marshy puddle ducks.
Gotcha. Go ahead.
Macy's doing good now. She's fat and a couch potato, but other than that, she's good. We're all healed up from last year's oyster incidents. So, um, and then most recently, her wanting to party time and eat a whole bottle of carprofen.
Yeah, she got her liver values back in check now.
Yeah, no, they're great. Actually, my other dog Maggie is the one that was worse off, and both of them are doing good. They're actually out here running around right now, just chasing grasshoppers.
Good deal.
What'd
So
you ask, Blake?
I think he'll be right back. But so what's you've done much scouting or anything yet this season?
No, no, unfortunately, my boat has been I've been working the kinks out with it, but I pick it up sometime next week, and I'm gonna do my little circuit of boat ramps starting in Matagorda, and then in Porto or Port A, and just
Yeah.
try to find them.
And then you didn't see any dove this morning, did you?
No, sir. No, sir, not one.
Yeah.
It wasn't for the lack of trying, though.
I hear you. Yeah, I went out dove hunting this morning as well. I had one, so I went out on a Milo field, public Milo field out near my where my office is out in the middle of the boonies, and I sat out there and I did not realize that it rained. It poured out there, I guess, last night. It's 30-ish miles away from the house. We didn't have anything here other than a, heavy dew, light mist kind of thing going on this morning when I left. Got out there and it had, I mean, just drenched out there, mud, water everywhere. And I went wading through that Milo and got set up, and I was soaked head to toe out there. And then sun came up, and this is my first hunt with Ruth. So this is her first hunt actually. So I was pretty excited about that. And I would kind of had keep my expectations in check, kind of deal. I was like, man, if I could just get one. And I did get the one, but I had one light into my decoys right there at shooting right before shooting light, and then he kind of took off before shooting light. So I didn't get a chance at him. And then man, we didn't see anything flying. I don't know if that rain and storm last night over there pushed them out or what. And we had no wind, no nothing out there. It's just dead calm. And then I had one come in, I knocked it down, and that Milo's super thick. So I took Ruth over there and we went to look for it, and she found where it dropped, and she went to searching for it, but we never did find it. And then a little while later I saw it and it had gotten up in top of the Milo and it took off flying. And then we had um I had one come in, got it down, and she went and found it, picked it up, and she's never been around dove. I've never even thrown dead dove for her, so which I'd told you all that. And only problem I had was she was trying to chew on it. But other than that, she did good. So I'm gonna talk to my trainer
If that's your only
sometime
problem
here
out of
today
a
or
young
tomorrow.
dog, you're doing something right.
Yeah. But she munched on it. She didn't fight me for it or anything like that. But she gave it a pretty good chewing. So talk to the trainer, make sure I can get that squash before that becomes a habit. I don't know if you were saying you kind of had experience with the young dogs doing that as well.
Yes. I mean, it's I Macy. I should have gotten under about it harder then, but like during our first teal hunt, she breasted one out, eating it.
Yeah.
So no,
Yeah.
she's
She
gotten it
chewed
out
the
of her
head off this one.
system now. On it. Oh yeah. Now I occasionally, if I get a live bird, she'll just do a head shake. But other than that, it's the only problem I have
Yeah.
with that. I mean, she's still a whiner.
Man, I was pretty proud of Ruth. I mean, we had some little hiccups, just being out there, whole new place. She'd never been out there with me before, and she's very much oh, I got to go check this out. Every time we've been to a new place to scout and everything else out at the lake, like it's solid 5-10 minutes of her just running wild, wanting to check it out, get the sniffs in, and then she's fine. And it's pretty big open area. I mean, that Milo's hip deep, a little bit about hip high, maybe a little bit higher. And I don't have a mow marsh or anything to like elevate her. She was just right up off the ground, a little elevated platform that I had for her, but it's, I mean, 3-4 inches only. So she couldn't see me. We had a few little times where I'd go out to, go over there and mess with the decoys or go look at something, and she'd want to follow me and not stay in place. But other than that, she did really, really good today. So I was super stoked and happy about it. Man, I was like a kid on Christmas morning. I was up at 4 o'clock this morning, just raring to go. So, but she did good. I was real happy with her. She held her own. She didn't whine. She didn't break. Um, she went. I mean, once she got the scent of that bird, she was hunting for it. She really was. I mean, not her fault. The bird was up in the Milo, and I just knocked it down. I didn't actually kill it, so I can't fault her for that.
No,
How's Wiley doing so far this season? Getting ready for
He's
season, Blake?
good. He's good. He's actually laying down right here beside me. He's probably the best shape ever been in since I've owned him. I mean,
Yeah,
which is crazy because I mean, Addison seen him his first season, and he was pretty good shape then because he just got from back from the trainer. But I've had two people come up to
yeah.
me and tell me I've never seen this dog look this good before. So I'm kind of
He's just
excited.
jacked and ripped, or what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
lean. I mean, he just his just body looks good. He's not sucked in. He looks good. He's got a lot of muscle on him.
Because you
Yeah,
Which
got
we're
all
I
that new
mean,
big backyard.
yeah, we got a lot more we can do with now with this pond next door to go swimming. And I told Caitlin, I said, we gotta start getting him about July. I was like, we gotta start getting him in shape. And we started throwing the ball for him every night. And ever since then, I mean, it's a routine at this point. He knows like, hey, it's starting to get dark outside. We gotta go throw the ball. He'll bug you till you go. But I mean, he's doing great. I'm excited. We start dove season Sunday, so
yeah. Oh, y'all don't start on Saturday? Y'all don't start dove
well,
season on Saturday in Louisiana?
or I mean Saturday. Sorry, not Sunday.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got you.
I got my days mixed up. I was at the fire department for 3 days and home for today and tomorrow, or yesterday and today, and I'm back again for 3 days. So
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on call this upcoming weekend, so I'll be on a 12-day stretch. Um, unfortunately. Probably gonna try to hit the dove fields, do some dove hunting after after work a couple days if the weather holds and
yeah,
stuff like that, depending on what time I get off.
If they show up.
Man, we've had them everywhere for the last month. In the last week, they've really been showing up. But I mean, on my drive home, where I see hundreds of them the last couple of weeks, they just weren't there. I think that
Mhm.
rain and storm kind of pushed them down.
yeah, you had a pretty good little front come through, haven't y'all? What y'all's temps been up
We
there?
have had the amount of water we have had this year and recently is just unreal for this area.
Same for me in Central Texas. I've gotten 47 inches of rain this summer, which is the more than the past 3 summers combined.
Oh
It's
yeah.
crazy.
I mean, I don't know what our numbers are up here, but I mean, it doesn't. So 2 or 3 years ago, we had all the flooding. I mean, we had so much rain everywhere. Everything was flooded. All the plies filled up. Areas that were, haven't that I hadn't seen water in years were, I mean, overflowing. And I don't feel like we got as much water as that year, but it's been spread out and evened out. It feels like since then because the lake is up. I mean, way up. So it's just
Hmm.
been that gradual, not as much as fast, but just over time, slowly gotten a good amount of rain this year. It's just unreal.
See,
Yep,
if
it's
you're
been
in
nice.
Louisiana, we haven't had any. I mean,
Yeah, I
it's
bet
been
y'all are going through a bit of a drought,
dry.
ain't y'all?
Yeah, for Louisiana, they're gonna call it a drought. I mean, I grew up there with you, so this ain't nothing. The grass is still green here, so it's not a drought to me. But
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I put Ruth on a bit of a diet. She got a little fluffy, and so she's slimming down some, and she's doing good with that. I switched her to the higher protein feed, and then cut her back just a little bit coming into season. Just kind of cut some of that weight. She got a little preseason fluff going on, but we're gonna get it off. She's shedding it off pretty quick. She's looking a lot better over the last week. Kind of had some trouble with the food, so I think we got that squared away. And then I'll have a lot more time. I kind of been trying to put a lot of focus on my other dog, my old dog, Sage. I was putting a lot of focus on her just because she wasn't doing well. Told y'all about it. She wasn't doing good. She's just almost 12. And then I put her down on Friday. She just couldn't make a recovery. It was tough, but man, she just kind of failure to thrive. We were talking to the vet and everything, and my wife was looking at it, and they kind of think maybe like some doggy dementia kind of thing going on with her.
Hmm.
But
yeah,
she's a good one.
they get they
Say that
get
again.
down like that when they're that old. So when they get down like that when they're that old, it's kind of hard to get them get them to bounce back as good when they were younger.
Yeah, man, she got to where she was falling and just couldn't stand up for very long. me and her, we went out that Friday. We went out to the lake and went out to the park and got her some sausage biscuits and everything. Made sure it was a good day for her. Man, that was rough.
Yeah.
Had that dog since she was a pup, and it was just me and her for a lot of years. She went everywhere with me.
Yeah. I remember that was
Heck, I
back in
worked
our single days when
yeah, 6 years of EMS. Well, longer than 6 years of EMS, but 6 years of my EMS career, she went with me every day to work with me too on my shifts to Wheeler and BSA and Dumas and everything else.
yeah.
There's someone tearing up Dove behind me.
Yeah,
Heck yeah. Yeah, I just heard a cadence of maybe 10, 12 shots.
yeah. We had
So
someone hunting near us, uh, or hunting near me this morning, and even they weren't shooting much. They just weren't flying. I saw six teal fly overhead, and I only saw five dove total, but I saw six ducks.
Hmm.
I mean, they
I've
didn't
seen a
light in
lot of
on me. I was in the
videos
middle of
from
the
up
field.
there. I've
Yeah.
seen a lot of videos up there. Y'all got some teal hitting pretty hard.
Yeah. So there's a couple places that I keep an eye on that the teal have been coming into. And on my way home this morning from that hunting spot, there's a pretty good little group of about 10 or 12 in one little kind of roadside pond. So I'm hoping it'll be good. Looking forward to this year teal opener. I didn't get to go
Yeah.
last year, so I'm really looking
Me
forward to
too.
it and really looking forward to that with Ruth.
Addison,
So
you gonna be on the coast? You go try to go to the
Man,
river?
I don't know yet. I've got a couple of buddies that charter redfish, and they all kind of help me scout. They tell me where they see birds, and haven't really heard anything from them. They said it's kind of dead down there. I might go North Texas
Yeah.
if I can't find any up there, Oklahoma border.
yeah, you go up along the Red River area.
Just try to find them. How's that food plot going?
What's that? Sorry.
How's your food
What?
plot going, Blake?
Oh, it's going good. Well, it's not bad. Trying to keep the cows off of it. It's the biggest problem. my little plot in the back here. It's good. I mean, what's behind the house is good, but what's on the duck pond? We just shipped cows out on Friday off that place, so we give it time to recover and get back up there.
My
Yeah.
cows have eaten all of my sunflowers, all of my milo, all of my millet. They've eaten everything in all of my ponds. I have nothing left.
Well, I mean, did they at least fertilize it for you for next year?
I'll tell you what they did is they made my pond a little wider where all that wild rice is growing. I have a nasty cow shelf now where they were just in there eating on it.
Oh
Mm.
man.
It's great. Eating sunflowers. I've never heard of a cow eating sunflowers.
I can't say I have either.
They're gone. They're all gone. I have some stalks.
Yeah.
Like they're
You might
crossed
need
with
to
goats or something.
I say you might just be better off just running goats if that's the what you're going to run into.
Um, I mean, they didn't even leave any for the deer. I was expecting deer to come into my sunflower field. No, my cows beat them to it.
Yeah. Well, Blake, you got any
So,
gear that you wanted to talk about before we
uh,
forget?
y- yeah, I can here in a minute. I was gonna ask Addison. I don't think you asked him, but what's your what's your outlook on season? What do you want? Like, what do you want to achieve most out of this season this year?
No injuries on my dog.
That's a good one.
I I mean, I'd get out there, um, just spend time, with friends and family, and be able to enjoy God's great outdoors. they say bird numbers are down, but everyone says you don't do it for the bird. It's not about the bird, but it's something about the bird.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'd like to get on them. Just same as every year. Have a healthy dog that's not cut up and no surgeries by the end of it, and a boat that's still on the right side of the water.
You got
That's
a new boat
Maybe
this year, didn't you?
I did, and it's the best one I've ever had. It's rowdy. I got 3 props sitting on my back table for it right now to play with, but it's the best purchase I've made.
Yeah. So what are you having
Yes,
done
sir.
to it right now?
So I had the motor built about a month ago. It's a it's a the boat itself is a 2022 Gator Tail Extreme 1754. It's got a 40 XD on the back of it, and I had a stage 3 build on the motor done. And just preventative maintenance, I went ahead and put new forward and reverse clutches on it and a new belt. And just so it'll be basically a brand new boat. It's got new internals and now new drive components. So hopefully no mid-season breakdowns, that's for sure. That's what we're shooting for anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always we had problems with that last year between both me and Addison. I mean, hopefully this year we start season off a little better. Last year we started off with a little ticket, so
Oh, yeah,
everybody
I thought you were talking about my boat catching on fire. Yeah, the ticket was
well,
worse.
that too. But
Oh, yeah,
just
y'all
everyone
got a
know
ticket
in
last year?
Texas. Oh man. So me and Addison had the idea we're gonna go shoot some teal. We found a great spot on the river, kind of over where we were hunting. Not gonna say the river because not
Yeah, but
that.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. um, water was low last season, so we had a problem of having to beat. We didn't have a problem fighting birds. We had more of a problem with keeping our spot. So
Yeah.
that
People were launching it at 8 PM Friday before opener.
yeah. So we went in there and we got a phone call saying that hey, someone's possibly gonna take y'all spot if y'all don't get back. And we went and camped out until probably what do you say 4 a.m. Addison.
Yeah.
Yeah, we held our spot.
Well well, on the way there, you were in your boat, I was in my last boat, and I bent a connecting rod, and so you had to pull me back to the boat ramp, and then we decided to take your boat, just take your boat.
Yeah, so we stayed out there about 4 a.m. We had probably one of the most wicked storms I've been out on the water. Me and Addison decided we were like, oh, we're gonna ride this thing out on shore and just wait. Well, we were out on shore and the tree started falling on top of us. So we got in the boat with the dog. I mean, everything. Get back to the boat ramp. I tell Addison, I don't remember who backed the truck in.
No, we no. It was we got there, and we were gonna back it in, but I said, "Hey, take Wiley, go to the truck, I got the boat." And we were just gonna tie it up and wait, and then we were gonna pump all the water out. Well, I, in fact, did not have the boat, and we both cabbed up in our respective vehicles, and Blake asked me, "Hey, did you tie the boat up really well?" And I said, "Oh." And we both ran down to the boat ramp, looked, and about 1,000 yards away, we barely saw the lights on his boat, just floating away. Oh, man, that was a good one.
So
Oh, but that's a
we got in his
sickening
broke
feeling.
down boat. Oh, we got in his broke down boat.
That
Got to my boat.
Now my broke down boat that at the time was barely going half the speed of smell.
Somehow
It was
caught it.
one of those he told me, he said, "I'm not stopping when we go by, so just jump off." Well, I jump off in my boat. We both had life jackets on, so we were being safe. We had to. It was pretty wicked.
Yeah.
We went
With that
out
being
and
said, Addison took his life jacket off that came out of Blake's boat, and I left it in my boat. We jumped on Blake's boat, went hunted. Gabe Morton's checked us, and that life jacket was still in my boat at the boat ramp.
Oh
So,
man.
so Blake got a ticket for no life vest, and I got a ticket for no hunter's ed.
Oh, hopefully you've gotten that resolved
and
since then.
Yeah, that next morning I was sitting in the blind taking it.
There you go.
that ticket is $350. So yeah, you want to make
It's a
sure you
lot of
got your life.
gear. That's a lot of gear you could have bought.
Yeah.
A lot of doodads.
So,
I
but
think I
no,
think Blake is the king of waterfowl doodads. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I've
Yeah,
never
we
had boat. I've never had boat trouble, so my luckily the motor on my kayak has never gone out.
How you gonna
Now
do
I
that with
did
your dog?
so it was quite a bit of trial and error the other day. I wanted to go out. I was like, man, when I sent her to the trainer, he was asking how we hunt. And at the time, Blake had a boat and everything. And so I was like, well, she needs to be trained how to ride in, she is going to ride in a boat from time to time, but I kayak hunt. He's like, oh, not a problem. I have kayaks. I'll teach her kayak safety, like where she's not going to maul you and try to get on you. If y'all tip, she'll swim away, make a big circle, then come back to safety. I was like, awesome. Well, he trained her on the kayak on dry land. He never got the chance to take her out in the water. But, he made sure she was stable, shook her around, taught her how to, do this, and then he went and taught her in his boat for water safety, and I was like, "Cool." But we just never have gone out since I got her back from training. Well, the other day I was like, "I need to go do this in the daylight and while the water's warm so we can get the kinks worked out of this." And there was some trial and error, let me tell you. She did great. Like, there is no fault of hers on this whole situation. But yeah, Blake was on the phone with me when I flipped it the other day, or right after, I guess. But so I get in the water. I'm like, okay, and I'm wearing the neoprene cheap waders that my granddad just had as a spare pair. I was like, I'm gonna try these out because they're not insulated. I'm gonna try them out. Maybe I'll use them for early teal season. And it was 58 degrees the other morning. I was like, that water might be a little cool, so I'm gonna put waders on when I go out. So me and Ruth go out. I take my binoculars and that's it, with me. And I'm just going to go. I wanted to go do some scouting as well since the water's way up and get out there. I put her in kind of the trunk area of the kayak, and she did great back there. But she wants to look around, and that kayak is, when I'm going to paddle, we were just, I mean, every time she looked, we went side to side. And I was like, okay, back to shore it is. We got to go back to the drawing board on this. So got out, stuck her in front of me, and then she wants to like look at me, and that didn't work because then I can't paddle. And so finally we got to figure it out. If she sits in between my legs and faces forward, I can kind of squeeze her with my legs if she starts moving too much. And she did great. Like, she kind of would lean, and we got that figured out. I was like, no, got her settled down, and she did great. We went probably 2 miles on the kayak the other day. But the hiccup we had, she did fall out once. She was sitting there looking at a branch, like looking around at some fish were plopping, and she looked over and a branch hit her, and she fell in, and she didn't freak out or nothing, just picked her right back up in there, went well. And then I got over to one spot on the far side of the lake of the canyon that I was in, and I was looking for some teal holes and stuff, and I have my kayak paddle, and I kind of stick that down in there to see depth and everything, because this is an area that I'm not familiar with since the water's up, so I don't know how deep it is. And I sat there and stuck the kayak paddle in. I'm like, okay, yeah, halfway up the paddle, I'm good. I guess at 2 feet from when I did that, 2 or 3 feet that I floated, I found a hole, and I went off in there, stepping off, thinking I was going to be about hip deep. Oh no, it was over my head. And so, of course, I grabbed for the kayak and flipped her out and me, and yeah, it was fun. But she did good. So
That's good.
I had thought about putting her in the jet sled, but I think it's going to be too unstable. So, and I'd rather have her right there where I can see her in front of me.
That's a good trainer to ask you how you hunt.
Yeah, yeah. He was like, man, I don't. He's like, I hunt out of a canoe, but I have a kayak I can train her with. And I was like, do that because I don't have a canoe. And those are two completely different things because mine's a sit on top kayak. There's no sides to it or anything
Mhm.
like that for her to like be keeping her in there.
Hmm.
Well, I guess I could go over one of the things I bought this year, or I got, as one thing I am looking forward to. We talked about that night kind of, but Caitlin bought me one of those Higgin, um, uh, what are they calling these things? The pulsators.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so she bought me the Pro Guide. I didn't know how she asked me what I wanted. I said, well, I had one of these at one point. It wasn't a pulsator. I don't remember which one it was, but me and Wiley were hunting Christmas morning. And I went to turn that thing on. Well, the old one, you had to unscrew the bottom to turn it on and charge it and all that. Well, I guess I didn't screw it on very well, and it was it was actually cold. For East Texas, the whole flat that I was on was frozen. We had to get out. I had to get the boat out to break up ice, so ducks had a hole to land in. And I threw that thing out there thinking I was gonna sit in a good spot, and I guess I didn't screw it on all the way, and that thing flew apart. The battery went one way, the bottom went the other way. It was horrible. So
yeah.
this one is nice because it's um the buttons on the outside on
So
their.
they've
I'm
solved
looking
that
on their
issue, huh?
website. Yeah, so it's a magnetic on and off switch.
Oh, okay.
A
That's smart.
um yeah, and so is the charging port. It's magnetic. You just charge
I
from the
had
outside.
read something about that. I think from looking at reviews from ducks. I think is I'd seen something about they had upgraded or something like that.
Yes, so now they're all foam filled, and saying the running time is 14 hours.
Yeah. So you don't you
Um
that'll be nice. You won't have to charge it in between every single hunt.
yeah, that is. And I mean, when I go down to hunt with Addison, you can use it in the salt water and it won't mess it up. They're made for salt water too. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I think that's gonna be a good little setup for us, especially when we get to
Yeah.
Nebraska.
That's gonna be a fun trip.
Yeah. So
Yes.
speaking of new gear, I got just a one of the little it's not Mojo, but it's a little motion decoy dove from Walmart. It's Falls River brand. But I put that out somewhere, and I already told Blake earlier, but it was funny. Right after shooting light, I had that decoy going. I had my little decoy tree and all my decoys set up. I had a little chicken hawk come in and swoop and hit that thing this morning. That motion decoy.
Hmm.
So I guess the lifelike on it's pretty good for $20. Yeah, a little chicken
Yeah,
hawk
I'd
came in and
say.
tried to take my little motion decoy away from me. It was a cool little sight to see. It was funny. I was like, well, at least I got to see something today.
So
Hmm.
since we brought up Nebraska, Addison, what do you want most out of our trip in Nebraska? Like, what do you what? Let's start this. What duck do you want to shoot in Nebraska more than any?
A mallard. Out of the however many years I've been doing this, I've only had one shot on a mallard ever, and I didn't take it. So I've never shot a mallard. I want to so bad. I've shot cinnamon teal, but I haven't shot a mallard. So that's and it's kind of everybody wants to shoot a mallard, but I mean, so do I because I've never. I can't think of anything else I haven't shot, but a stinking mallard is on one of them. I've shot Susie's, but never a just pretty greenhead. So that's what I'd like out of our Nebraska trip, other than just a good time.
So you're saying the first mallard that comes in, you've already called a shot on it. That we
Oh,
better not shoot
he's
your mallard.
it it won't be for the lack of trying, that's for sure. Cause man, that's what I'm after is I think that's why I said yes to this trip. I think we're crazy going to Nebraska, but there's for sure mallards there.
We're finally
Yeah.
going to get you a mallard. We tried real hard last year.
Yeah, yeah. It's hard to say no to them hen spoonies that come in too, though. Oh, oh
Man,
man.
you excited about your dad joining us?
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's gonna get along with all of us really well. We all have the same mannerisms and sense of humor, so I think it's gonna be a really good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
cool that your dad's getting to go with us.
Usually
So is your
it's the dad getting the son into hunting, but it's the other way around. I've gotten him into waterfowling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say your dad didn't get you into waterfowl hunting, so and same way with all three of us. Like I'm trying to get my dad into it, and he's just kind of worried about his knees and stuff, and so I'm trying to find a good weekend with decent weather that I can get him out on there because I think he'll love it once he does it. It's just he's a diehard deer hunter and he's not real crazy about getting out on water. He's afraid it's going to be too hard on his knees wading through the water and waders and everything.
That's that's valid, but my dad, he said the story goes that whenever he was like 20, he went down to what's now Matt Island in Matagorda, and they waded through, he said, what was a mile of nasty swamp water, which I believe it. It's down there. And he pulled his groin, and they tore into him, though, because, that was 40 years ago, 30 years ago. And he said they tore into him, but after that, he just really didn't do it. But now, after he had a lab that he sent off to get trained before he ever duck hunted, but he saw me in my lab, so he wanted to be a part of that. So now he's got a trained up dog and he goes every chance he gets.
Yeah. Did he get to hunt over that dog last year?
Yeah, a little bit. But it was such a hard season. We had a lot going on here at the ranch, and uh it was his first time getting on call with the FBI. So he was taking just a bunch of on-call slots that no one wanted on through the weekend.
Yeah.
So it was hard to get him out, and it was hard to get on him last year. So,
Yes, sir.
um, she got a couple retrieves, and she did good. She she's she's a work in progress, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We got to watch our first retrieve, or at least I got to watch our first retrieve with them when we were
Yeah,
teal hunting.
yeah. I got that bird. Actually, it was a just a little green winged teal that I'm getting mounted for him because I do that with all of my dogs. I get their first and last retrieval and mount them side by side, and yeah. So he's getting her first bird mounted.
That's a cool idea. I never would have thought of that. I'll have to keep that in mind this year.
Yeah, Gage's my last dog. His first retrieval was a model duck, a really nice model duck, and his last one was a greater Canada goose. So I have on a dead mount. I got an old barn on my place that I went and I pulled some wood off of, and I made like a maybe 4 foot tall background with a shelf, and
Yeah.
so hanging off of it, dead mounted, is his model duck, because I like dead mounting all my birds. And then the Canada is on the same stringer on the dead mount, and then on the little shelf, I have his ashes and then his collar.
Yeah. That's really
So,
awesome.
yeah, it's a cool little piece about him, I think.
Yeah. That's cool.
And then I had a friend of mine carve out old pine wood decoy it's been put through the ringer, it's been shot, but he took it and carved the center out and cut the top half off and put a little hinge on it, and now Cage's ashes are actually inside of that, so
Oh, that's cool.
it's
I like
it's a
that.
really neat piece.
Yeah.
It's probably one of my favorite mounts, and I've got a bobcat that's gonna eat a wood duck that's coming, and but I think that's probably my favorite.
Yeah. Well, good. That's pretty cool.
I got that idea from one of my buddies, and I'm glad I ran with it. I got Macy's first bird hung up, which is also another green wing teal, and hopefully a long time from now I'll get her last put up on there and
How old is Macy? This is her third
5.
season? She's
She's
5?
5. Yes, sir.
Is this her gonna be
Yeah,
her 4th season?
3rd.
3rd,
3rd.
okay.
I sent her way late. She was almost 2 going into gun dog school.
Yeah. Yeah, Ruth was pretty late. She was 11 months old when I sent her out. No, she was a year. She did
Yeah,
turn a year right as I sent her.
I mean, it worked out for me. She's a stubborn dog, but I mean, she took the hand signals incredibly well.
Yeah.
So, um, I mean, it worked out on this one. We got a super high drive.
Yeah, that was one thing I was really thrilled to see today because that has been Ruth's biggest deal that the trainer and I mean, I've noticed it. I noticed it too, but the trainer was saying, she just in the beginning she had no drive for ducks or anything. Like super loving, loves, people pleaser, trainability wise, but like she had no drive. But I've been working a lot with her on the bumpers and stuff like that here lately, and I keep those. I think the biggest thing is that really helped was that Gunner Kennels bumper
Mhm.
putting feathers inside of it.
Hmm.
I really think that
Well,
was
there is there's
say that
a
again.
I think there's I said I think there's a difference between confidence and drive, which young
Yeah,
dogs first couple times out they lack the confidence, and once it's got to click for them. And on all of my dogs, it's been a light switch moment of this is what we're doing. Okay, let's go do it. And
yeah,
after that confusion of the first couple shots of your first hunt with them, it, it for me, and I've been extremely fortunate. It's just they've taken off from there and gone leaps and bounds higher than I ever could have expected them to go.
yeah, yeah. That putting those feathers in there that really changed a lot because I was having problems with getting her to take bumpers. Like, she was so
Hmm.
particular, and then I got that Gunner bumper that Blake told me about. I got the black and white flash one, and I put a bunch of my dead bird feathers in there, so she'd have the scent and everything, and then once
Yeah.
she did that, man, she took to it, like, every bumper after that. I mean,
Huh.
the only problem I'll
That's
have
good.
is there's one bumper I have, it's just I think it's a Kong bumper that, around here, there's no waterfowl hunting, so, I mean, it was hard to find something. It was just the first one I bought when she was a pup, and she doesn't like that one, but other than that, she's done great since then.
Are you gonna
So,
send her back after this year for hand signals?
I don't know. We'll see how. So in beginning of October, she goes back for a refresher course for 2 weeks right before season and everything. So I'm gonna he made a deal with me that he'd do a free 2-week refresher since he was supposed to have her finished 4 season last year, and then he had all his complications with family and health issues and everything, and so he didn't get her finished till February last year, you know? So, he
Yeah.
finished her right after season, so, she's gone this whole time without and I've never hunted over until today, and so I'm gonna send her back, and I wanted to be able to try to dove hunt over her a little bit, but I wanted her to go back before teal season, so we'll see how she does
Hmm.
at, uh at this refresher course. It may just be if it's one of those deals that, you know, he said he's gonna work a little pretty intensively with her in that 2 weeks just because try to make it up to me for all the snafus during her initial training. So,
That's a good
we'll
trainer.
see. We'll see. It may be one of those deals that I try to work on that myself. We'll see.
Yeah.
I wanna get through this first season first, and that'll be a little it's because it's gonna be a learning curve for her and for me. This is my first duck dog, so
Oh yeah. Big. You all got to learn each other while she's trying to figure out what her job to do is. It's gonna be a fun thing to watch develop for you.
oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so excited about it. And then I'm ready for Nebraska. I mean, because 'cause we're gonna sit here and rotate 3 dogs through, all hunting together. I'm ready.
4.
Oh, is your dad's bringing his?
I think so. I think
Oh,
so.
okay.
She's green and she needs some real feathers and mouth time. So if we're gonna be up there on them heavy, I'm sure we'll rotate. You know, one experienced dog, one green dog.
Yeah,
But also Macy, she gets that swimmer's tail. So she after the first couple days, she might be out of the rotation. Period.
gotcha. No, I'm
Your
excited
first
to see
year's go
how
yeah, your first year's gonna be fun.
yeah, I'm excited to see how she does with y'all's dogs, more experienced and know what they're doing. Because I mean, I've hunted over both y'all's dogs now a couple times, Wiley a lot, and then Macy that twice last year, and they're both great dogs to hunt over. So, I'm excited to see how she works with those dogs.
Macy's great as long as you're out of earshot of her.
Yeah.
She not that bad.
No, no, and I've just lived to learn with it, and there goes a dove right there. Dang it! That's the first one I've seen today, and he was 20 yards from me
So, we got a
in my
guest
back.
appearance.
Yeah, in my backyard. I should have brought a shotgun. But no, it's gonna be a good time, and I miss Macy's first year of us trying to figure it out and on the verge of getting frustrated, and then finally, bam, she just does what I want her to do. And then, it just starts clicking. That's a cool that's probably my favorite moments of having a gun dog, is that click for them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And you'll see it. You will. You'll call me after your first couple hunts and say, I saw that click.
yeah.
And then
Oh, I'm looking
it's
forward to it.
it's off to the races. It's so cool.
See, and I've gotten lucky. I mean, I don't I got a great dog. I don't like bragging about him because then he's gonna do something probably dumb that I don't like. But I mean, since day one, I mean, he was 6 months old, and I came home from a duck hunt and threw a duck in the yard, and he had it by its head. I mean, he's been probably been one of the easiest dogs I've had to bird dogs to train and have around.
Yeah.
And he's good
I
with
mean,
kids and
the
a
only
good
issue
house
you had
dog.
the only issue you had with him was he broke a little bit in the beginning, but, I mean, he's pretty well over that, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah, and that's more my fault than anything. I mean, I didn't put the time in with the break in. My trainer, um, actually got hurt in the middle of his training, so I brought him home for I think 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and she took him, gave him back to me, and she asked me when I wanted him. I said I'd love to hunt his first birthday over teal season. His birthday comes up in 13 days, I think,
Yeah.
something like that. Which thanks a lot to our people that make our waterfowl seasons. I don't get to hunt over my dog no more for his birthday during teal season like we used to.
Yeah.
That's one thing I hated about seeing them taking the extra week off the teal season is now I don't do get to do that, but, um, he's been great. I mean, he broke, but we got that fixed, and now he's a pretty steady dog. I'm pretty lucky with him. I can leave him in his blind and walk off 300 yards, and he ain't moving.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
Ruth did okay with it today. Like I said, it was just different being out there and, not in the yard where she can see me the whole time. And that Milo was a little tall where she couldn't see me and she'd run off there at the beginning and try to follow me. But we got it figured out. I think she did a lot better by the end of it.
That's good.
So,
That's good.
but, um, yeah, not a bad day. I got my one bird. That's all I asked for. So overall, got eaten up by mosquitoes. That was awful, awful, awful.
I think I'm gonna try this evening
Yeah, I was gonna
again.
ask you
Just
if you're gonna try this evening. I've always had better luck in the evening on Dove. I've never had good luck in the mornings, but it was opening morning and I always go opening morning. I never
yeah,
have any luck, but I always go. I like evening hunting the Dove way better.
yeah, as do I. As do I. And then I hunt in a pecan orchard, so
Mhm.
there's no shortage of crows. So those are good training objects for the dogs as well.
Yeah.
I even throw crow decoys out.
Heck yeah. Yeah, those Tweety birds today, they were really calling my name, but I was like, I don't know. Muller Muller choke might not leave much behind.
Oh man.
And what you shooting this year, Addison? What ammo you gonna try to shoot? I know
What?
we were what ammo you gonna try to shoot? I know we were shooting Boss last year, but
I'm gonna hopefully they'll drop. I ordered a case of fast steel for early teal, but I'm kind of waiting to see what Boss does with their copper plated uh or copper plated steel. I think I'm just gonna run. Boss was good to me last year.
yeah.
That or I'll switch back to Migra. I like Migra shells,
Yeah.
but I also got a new shotgun, so I gotta go back to patterning everything.
Oh, you got one of those fancy ones. That thing, you just gotta aim it.
No, hopefully that's all I need because I don't know. Last year I shot pretty good. I did.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna bring both mine to Nebraska for sure, my Stoker, but I might be relying on that retail a little bit more than
All you got to do
Yeah,
is go
I tell you what I do have in the blind bag this year, tools.
ahead.
After the end of that second day when my freaking, stock nut backed off, and I had to go that was some searching. That was, finding the, tools to be able to get in there to that because you have to take that comb piece off and then have something narrow enough and a long enough extension and a knuckle to get in there to it. Yeah, I was about to have some strong words for Stoger, if I couldn't get the I had a heck of a time getting that thing tight, and all it was tying it back down, but I put some Loctite on it. That thing ain't coming off, but if it does, I got the tools now in the bag because we ain't gonna have that problem again.
Leatherman Surge, man. That's the best thing I've put in my backpack.
Yeah,
That's goes everywhere. I mean, I have one in my pocket right now, another one, but man, it's I haven't needed to fix something that Leatherman couldn't out on the water.
yeah.
And then you splurge a little more, spend like an extra $20, and you get a titanium one that doesn't rust.
Hey, that might not be a bad idea to look into for my blind bag.
Yeah. Which they don't sell the Surge anymore. It's just the Wave, which is just a little smaller, but still, I carry one every day.
Yeah, I keep a Leatherman trauma shears in my bag for a little bit of
Those are
everything
good.
because it's got that screwdriver in the glass breaker. It's got the barrel nut. It's got seatbelt cutter, all kinds of stuff on there, and they're great for cutting wings and everything else.
I
So,
bought a pair whenever I was doctoring Macy twice a day and having to cut all that vet wrap and gauze off,
mhm.
and there's one in every vehicle I have now because they're just so convenient.
Oh, yeah, and they fold up, nice
Yeah,
little pocket clip on them. I mean, that's what we I mean, I carried that for forever in EMS. I mean, for
yeah.
years, I kept them with me, and then, after I got out of EMS, it's like, these still have some use. So, I
We
keep
need to
those in the blind bag.
reach out
Kinda
for a
like
sponsorship.
yeah.
That'd be nice.
I, well, I got to thinking, like, I didn't throw it in the blind bag till last year, and I got to thinking after the year before when Wiley kinda got caught up in those decoys in that jerk rig, which it
Yeah.
was not bad at all, but it could have been, kinda deal, and I was like, "Man, that's having some trauma shears in there is not gonna be a bad idea with hunting with a dog and everything else."
See,
You never
I have a trauma bag in the boat. I had it when we were in the boat, but I always
Yeah.
take, especially hunting everywhere we did. We had a lot of gators, and it was public land, so you kind of had to worry about other people being a little crazy. So
Yeah.
we,
That's what I advocate for the most if you have a dog, is North American Rescue sells a IFAK. I carry 3, and they're little bitty. I vacuum seal them, but I also put a m mini rats tourniquet in there, and
Oh, yeah.
it's, like, got a 1-inch webbing band, and my dad has personally saved a dog that it was a Belgian Mal that they were doing a bomb sweep for some kind of, political figure. I can't remember who it was, but in Houston, someone was coming, and they were doing a bomb sweep. Well, this Mal stepped down onto a piece of, sheet metal for HVAC, and it cut her artery in her leg, and he put one of them tourniquets on her and saved her, and,
Yeah.
uh and so now after that, I that's all I carry. I carry 2 for the dogs, and then I carry 2 tourniquets for me, but the dog gets her own IFAK because when Macy got cut, I used it, and it could have been worse if I didn't have it because she had a pretty bad bleed. And then, 2 for people. It's the biggest thing I advocate for is life jackets on a boat and carrying IFAKs for everybody.
Yeah. Which I carry. I mean, I keep the life jacket on. I wear my life jacket in the kayak going out in the mornings, especially, paddling out there with a headlamp at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, especially now I'm gonna have a dog in the kayak with me. But I keep a little trauma kit, that just homemade trauma kit, nothing I buy, but just from years of working EMS, I kind of put together stuff that I take out with me. I just keep in a little
Yeah.
roll top roll top bag. But you'll have to send me that deal for yours for the dogs, because I've been kind of trying to figure out what all I need to keep in there for Ruth this year.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, I get their IFAK and I have a vacuum sealer, so I throw the IFAK in a vacuum seal and make it small, and then in a bigger one, I throw the tourniquet in there. So if I need the tourniquet, I could just cut that vacuum seal, and the IFAK is still watertight.
Yeah,
But that's the best way I've found to do it because I mean you're not gonna reuse the IFAK after it's used like that. So
yeah,
just
I've got a
order.
vacuum sealer because that's all my deer meat and everything else, and then we buy all of our meat from Sam's Club, so I divvy everything up
Mhm.
anyways. So I've got all the stuff to do that. I'll have to keep that in mind this year.
Yeah, and then the stuff you gave us for them drying beads, those
Yeah,
one of my little sacks that you gave me busted open, so they're just rolling around in the bottom of my backpack. Still effective, I'm sure.
yeah, I've got a bunch more. I'm gonna bring for y'all for when we go up to Nebraska. I'll make sure and bring y'all some more. And I've got a bunch of those little baggies I'll bring as well, because that's what I keep in my shell pouch is that desiccant, and it did make a difference this year. I didn't have any of my shells rust out or anything like that.
I I unfortunately did, but, a little bit of salt water gets in there, and it's just
Oh,
done.
yeah, that's a completely different story in saltwater, I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah, you can't keep anything nice. I have another shotgun just for salt.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of
occasionally.
guys do that.
Yeah, I shoot a Weatherby on the coast, and then freshwater, I'll shoot my A400.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, Blake, is there anything else you wanted to go over today?
Man, no, I think we're good. I think next time we'll have a little bit more. We'll probably have a couple more hunts in. I'll
Yeah.
I'll hunt Saturday and hopefully Sunday or some dove. And saying we know we'll be in Nebraska, man. It's cold.
I'm
It'll
looking
be here
forward to it.
fast. It'll be cold
Oh,
and
no, it's coming.
hopefully it's gonna be cold and we're gonna be busting a little bit of ice and shooting some ducks.
Ooh, I
I'm
don't
ready
know
for
about
it.
the ice.
As long as I'm not
Oh,
wading through ice.
yes. We ran into that in Arkansas after that whiteout, and, man, that was some thick ice. I was standing on some of it.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, this is so Addison, I'm sure you'll be on here a little bit more too. But um this is our third episode, and this is it before it goes live from as we're recording right now. Everything drops on Friday.
Really? What is it gonna be
So
on?
right now it's going to be on Spotify, and then once I release it, once I do that, then I'm still kind of trying to learn all this. But once I release it, I'll have my RSS feed, and then I'm going to get it on at least Amazon and Apple and Google, and then I'm going to look at what else there is too. But I'm going to try to get on as much as possible. So try to have it on Spotify, Apple, Google, and Amazon at least.
Well, I'm glad I could be on one of the first few, so whenever y'all make it big and famous, I can say, "Hey, I did that."
It'll be fun. We'll go try to get your dad on with put all four of us together in Nebraska at least once.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, that'll be a good time.
Oh,
Yeah,
That
I'm sure
will.
there'll be plenty of recording up there.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to get some GoPros.
Yeah. Man, I used to have some GoPros, and then they were like the Hero 3s, Hero 4s or something like that, so they were old, and I ended up selling them a couple years like a year or 2 ago.
I got those Meta glasses that do pretty well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the Ray-Bans? Oh, for early mornings, I could just knock the lenses out of them.
I, me and Blake have been looking at those Treklons, I think, too, maybe trying those out. So,
There is an angry raccoon behind me. I think he's in that tree line back there, but I hear him. He is not pleased.
Oh man, talking about raccoons and stuff. I went to get on the tractor the other morning. It was like barely lights, and there's this white, like probably snow white thing sitting out in the field by the tractor, and I'm just like, man, that's someone's plastic bag fell in here. And I'm like, go get it before the cows get a hold of it and swallow it and die. I got about 10, 15 yards from it. That white thing had a tail, and it popped it up at me and started chasing me.
oh, no.
Skunk?
I've never seen a skunk that white before.
Really?
It was, I mean, snow white on the back, and I was just ran over to the truck and tried to grab my pistol. And of course, it ran to a wood pile, and I was like, "All right, I'll let you go this time."
Hey, according to, Steven Ranella the other day, those things are going for like $70 a pop.
What?
Should Yeah. The bigger the white
Skunk
on it,
hide?
the yeah, skunk hides for, it's for some, I think, like, Orthodox Jewish, headwear or something like that. I saw a post about it the other day, that some of those are going for, like, $70,
I
and it
shot
goes off, like, the ones that are white, like, the more white, the better.
I shot like 7 of them things last night with night vision, 'cause
Yeah,
they're all around the house.
you ought to get your fur bearer. Start selling skunk hide.
Well, I'd have to fist fight with these massive buzzards out here first.
Yeah. I've been sprayed by skunks so many times, I don't need near them.
I've been lucky with my dogs. My dad's dogs get sprayed every time they come down here, so all around the house, we go on skunk patrol.
Yeah. Wednesday or Thursday morning, me and the kids were going out, leaving the house to get out in the car to go drop off for on my way to work, and there was one in the drinking at the edge of the yard in the front yard, drinking out of a little puddle in the alley right there, and I was like, "Do not move or scream." But there's a skunk right there, and the girl was like, "Oh my god, what's it doing up here?" And I was like, "Just look at it and get in the car quickly."
Admire from a distance, girls.
Yeah, I was like, "He is close enough that if you spook him, he could spray, and it wouldn't be bad, but it would not be good either at
It's
this distance."
suboptimal.
So, all right. Well, good
All
luck
right,
this
fellas.
evening on your dove hunting if you go out this evening.
Thank you.
So, I will holler at you guys later. And
It's been a
anything
pleasure,
else?
guys.
Yes, sir. Y'all hang
All
on
right.
here. We'll sign off real quick. Thank y'all for listening to another podcast episode. We look forward to the next one. See y'all down the road.